Привет! Welcome back to Russian Lessons. Today we have very important topic, professions. Lesson number, technically, if you haven't watched the previous lessons, please take a look at lesson number 2, all about I have, у меня есть, and lesson number 1, the alphabet. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to talk about what you do for work, ask others about their jobs, and describe your family members' occupations. We will learn the key questions, кто вы по профессии, what's your job, and discover how Russian handles names differently when talking about professions versus just identifying someone. Most importantly, we will practice real conversation about work and family, because knowing how to discuss professions is essential for everyday communication in Russian. Let's get started. Okay, let's learn profession vocabulary. So you may hear someone says продавщица, and you'll be like, okay, there is продавец, the male salesperson, and продавщица, which is a female salesperson. But продавщица has this negative connotation, kind of like it's a stereotypical woman who works as a cashier. And calling someone продавщица technically is considered impolite. So some professions are okay to say just female. As a beginner in the Russian language, I'd recommend you stick to gender neutral roles until you get better and understand the nuances. I'm going to give you the names that are acceptable for, it's okay to say it in the female and it's okay to say it in the masculine way. And if could be considered inappropriate, I'll just say the masculine version of that profession, okay? Listen carefully to the stress patterns. Russian stress can fall on different syllables, and it's important to get this right. First, I'll go through each profession with correct pronunciation. Доктор, doctor. Доктор, stress on the first syllable. Студент, male student. Студентка, female student. We usually say it by gender. Студент, студентка. Спортсмен, male athlete. Спортсмен. Спортсменка, female athlete. Спортсменка. Pronunciation of these words, t, s, we don't pronounce t, s, like спортсменка. We say ц, like in pizza. Спортсмен, спортсменка. Секретарь, секретарь. Secretary can be masculine or feminine, but we know that usually it's a female role, usually, ordinarily. Учитель, учитель. Gender neutral can refer to female and to male. You can specify учительница if you want to say that the person is female, and I think it is okay, учительница, but учитель is perfectly fine for both male and female. Учитель. Журналист, журналист. Journalist. Here I would stick to this masculine version for both female and male. There is also a female version of it, but I'm not sure if it's necessary to say that it is a female journalist. So, журналист, журналист. Музыкант, музыкант, musician. Businessman, businessman. It's written with man, but we pronounce it businessman, businessman. Президент, президент. President. Президент, президент, president. Политик, политик. You remember when O is unstressed, it's pronounced as A. Политик, politician. So, программист. Okay, программист, программист, programmer. Technically, you can say for IT professions like software engineer or developer, программист. I think that we used to say that back in the day. Now, the better way to say software developer is разработчик. Разработчик. Как работа, work, работать, to work, разрабатывать, to develop. Разработчик, a developer. Актриса, актриса, actress. Актёр, актёр. Actor. Okay, so here we like to say gender specific. Актриса, актер. Писатель, писатель. Writer. We can say also a female version of it. I'm not sure if this is considered polite to specify that it is a female writer. Писательница, but let's stick to just gender neutral писатель. Он писатель, она писатель. And let's look at these examples. Марк – спортсмен. Анна – спортсменка. Ц-ц-ц sound. Олег – студент. Ольга – студентка. Okay, and again, some professions have specific forms for men and for women, while others just have one word for both. Okay, Russian pronouns in different contexts. This is an important topic. You already know the basic pronouns. First person, я, I, singular. Мы, we, plural. Second person, ты, informal. Вы, formal or plural. You guys, вы. Third person, он, она, he, she, singular. And они, they, plural. Okay, so we see that we have the first person, second person, third person, each having singular and plural forms. This system is similar to English, but Russian uses these pronouns differently in various grammar situations, which we'll explore next. All right, let's look at names versus professions. This slide shows a fundamental difference in Russian. Look at the comparison. On the left side, when talking about names, we use меня зовут, тебя зовут, его зовут, ее зовут, нас зовут, вас зовут, их зовут. All pointing to the word зовут. This is to identify what someone is called. So they call me, not I am. On the right side, when talking about professions, we use the regular pronouns. Я, ты, он, она, мы, вы, они. These point to the profession directly. So the pattern is for names, his name is Victor. Его зовут Виктор. For professions, he is a programmer. Он программист. This is completely different from English, where we say he is Victor, he's a programmer, using just the same he. But Russian separates these concepts. Okay, let's do some practice. Looking at these 12 pictures, try to match each profession with its corresponding image. I'll go through each one. So here we have the student with books, студент, студентка. And we have a businessman at the desk, businessman, businessman. You have the woman with the microphone. Журналист, журналист. We see some theater performers. Актёр, актриса. And this guy is almost the same. Доктор, доктор. А здесь секретарь, секретарь. И программист, программист. А также инженер, инженер. Учитель, учитель. И музыкант, музыкант. И писатель, писатель. И спортсмен, спортсменка. Okay, again, some professions have both masculine and feminine forms. Others have just one word for both genders. Or it could be considered inappropriate to call a female form of that profession. Okay, so that's why let's stick to more gender-neutral professions, unless you see on the slide that I specify. Like, it's okay to say студент, студентка, спортсмен, спортсменка, but not продавец, продавщица, and even писатель, писательница. Okay? Using the correct stress is very important in Russian. Of course, as a beginner, you don't know where the stress is, so you'll struggle with it. But try to imitate the way I pronounce each profession with the correct stress. Even though the words look similar in Russian and in English, the pronunciation is different. In English, it's more appropriate to kind of not stress the word as much as in Russian. So I think Americans try to stress a little bit of each vowel, while Russians would stress a specific vowel. So you would get something like писатель, while Russians would say писатель, писатель, or businessman, businessman. So in Russian, the stress is just on a different vowel. We say businessman, businessman, instead of businessman. Okay, describing professions. Now we practice the key question patterns. The question is, кто он, она, по профессии? Кто он по профессии? Кто она по профессии? What is his, her profession? The answer pattern is он актёр, она актриса. He's an actor, she's an actress. Look at these pictures, and for each image practice asking кто он по профессии, кто она по профессии. And then giving the appropriate answer. Remember, Russian doesn't use articles like a or the, so we simply say он доктор, he doctor, instead of he is a doctor. There is a verb is, есть, but it's often, almost always omitted. So we don't say он есть доктор, just он доктор. Okay, next, practice these dialect patterns using the 4 people shown in the image. The pattern is кто это? Who is this? This is, and then the name. Кто он? Кто она? По профессии, по профессии. What is his, her profession? Он, она, and then the name of the profession. He, she, is, and then the name of the profession. Кто это? Кто это? Это Елена. Кто она по профессии? Елена – секретарь. Кто это? Кто это? Это Петр. Кто он по профессии? Он доктор. Кто это? Это Сергей. Кто он по профессии? Он музыкант. Кто это? Это Иван. Кто он по профессии? Иван или он инженер. Practice these dialogue patterns until they become natural to you. This is exactly how you discuss people's professions in real conversations. Okay, next exercise, we have the family, Матвеев family. Let's read carefully and answer questions. Это Михаил Сергеевич Матвеев. Он работает в крупном банке. Он юрист. Его жена Мария Ивановна Матвеева преподаватель. Она работает в педагогическом университете. А это их дети. Сын Игорь и дочь Маша. Игорь – студент. Учится в академии. А Маша учится в колледже. Okay, questions. Кто это? Кто это? Это Михаил Сергеевич Матвеев. Где он работает? Где он работает? Where does he work? В крупном банке. Он работает в крупном банке. Кто это? Это Мария Ивановна Матвеева. Кто она? Кто она по профессии? Она преподаватель. Где она работает? Where does she work? Где она работает? В педагогическом университете. Кто Игорь и Маша? Who are Игорь и Маша? Кто Игорь и Маша? Дети. Их дети. Где учится Игорь? Where does he study? Игорь. В академии Где учится Маша? Where does Masha study? В колледже. В колледже. Okay, next, listen to these two texts and fill in the missing profession words. Текст первый. Это мои друзья. Это мой друг Дима. Он студент. Это моя подруга Алла. Она тоже студентка. А это я, Антон Иванов. Я тоже студент. Текст номер 2. Это наш учитель, Борис Орлов. Он очень хороший учитель. Он молодой и добрый. А это мы, его студенты. Это Рита Фролова. Она очень умная. Это Федор Рогов. Он очень добрый. Listen for the profession words and descriptive adjectives. This exercise helps you recognize profession in context and introduces useful descriptive vocabulary. Okay, next text, advanced practice. These texts provide more complex family descriptions with professions, family members and their jobs. Врач, also the alternative to доктор, врач, или доктор is doctor. Учитель, teacher, инженер, engineer, певица, singer, физик, physicist, студент, student. Okay, and let's also practice saying муж, husband, сын, son, дочь, daughter, брат, brother, сестра, sister, and some personal characteristics. Умный, добрый, молодой, веселый. Умный, smart, добрый, kind, молодой, young, веселый, fun. Okay, for this practice, we combine professions with family vocabulary and descriptive adjectives, preparing you for real conversations about people's lives and work. Okay, and now this final family text continues the family theme. Это моя семья. Это мой муж. Его зовут Дима. Он физик. Он работает в институте. Он очень умный и добрый. Это мой сын. Его зовут Миша. Он студент. Учится в университете. Он молодой и веселый. А это моя дочь. Ее зовут Лена. Она маленькая и красивая. Она не работает и не учится. Okay, now, what is the husband's name and profession? Where does he work? What is he like? What is the son's name? Where does he study? What is he like? Where is the daughter's name? What is the daughter's name? What is she like? Does she study? Okay, these texts help us understand how to say professions, description of family members, and their personal characteristics. Отлично! You've mastered the topic of professions, the skill that you'll constantly use in real life. The key points to remember. First, the question patterns. Кто вы по профессии? For asking about someone's job. And you can answer with just the profession name, no extra words needed. Second, the important difference between talking about names using зовут and professions using regular pronouns. This description doesn't exist in English, but is fundamental in Russian. Меня зовут, я учитель. Меня зовут Катя, я учитель. Third, you've learned essential profession vocabulary and how some professions have different forms for men and for women, while others use the same word for both. Most importantly, you can now describe your family members, work, and ask others about their jobs and understand when Russians talk about their professional lives. Practice these patterns this week. Ask yourself, кто я по профессии? And describe your family members' jobs. In our next lesson, we will talk about where people are from and their nationalities. До свидания. See you next time.